have joined Tupperware, and more importantly, you've joined our super awesome, amazing RockOn team, and I'm so excited to have you. You've gotten this little box, and I want to go through with you what's in it. This is your starter kit. This is the beginning of your brand new journey. And so I'm going to go through everything that's in here so you know what you have and you know what to do with it, okay? As you start partying and building your business. Okay, so first, there's going to be a box that looks like this. It's going to have catalogs and flyers and paperwork and all of the things you need as far as paper goes to get your business started. Go through each thing and read through it and look through it. There's a ton of valuable information in here, and you're going to want to make sure that you check it out, okay? Second, you're going to have this cool kit bag right here. This is going to be everything that you have in your starter kit will actually fit in this bag, and you can carry it to your parties. It's a great bag. It's logo Tupperware. It's super cute, and it works really good. So that's another nice little tool. Next, you have the super cute little apron to wear to your parties that brands you Tupperware. You also can wear that apron if you're going to do vendor events or anything like that. It's logo Tupperware, and so when you wander around a vendor event, it's very clear what you sell and what you represent. And that's super important, actually, branding, because you don't want anybody to wonder what your booth is or wonder what you're selling. And you know, when you're at vendor events, a lot of times you take a break and you go get lunch or you go to the bathroom or whatever, and you're going to run into people when your place is other than your booth. So having Tupperware on your person, whether it's a shirt or whether it's an apron or whatever, is super important, because you're going to run into people all over the place and say, oh my gosh, do you sell Tupperware? And you're like, yes, I can get you hooked up. So branding is great. You want to always, brand yourself as often as you can. Okay, now the really exciting part, the product, okay? So one of my favorite things that you have in your kit is right here, and these are the impressions bowls. I love the impressions bowls. I'm super excited about this. Okay, so we have lots of bowls in the Tupperware world, and every one of them are awesome. Like, to be clear, there's no bad bowls, but every one of them are different. And these particular bowls especially, they do some unique things that only work with these bowls. So I'm going to show you the tricks for these particular bowls, okay? And I'm just going to say, between me and you and the wall, these bowls have been many colors in their lifetime. This is my personal favorite variation of colors. I just think these are so pretty. I think they're beautiful colors. So I'm super excited about these colors. It's a newer color change, and so I always get excited about new stuff. Okay, so this is the biggest bowl. First I'm going to show you is this with this biggest bowl. Do you see this circle right here on the lid? That is designed so that you can actually use this. If you're going to go to somebody's house, what's the real irritating thing that people do when you go to their house? When you go to their house and you take Tupperware, take your food, what happens? People steal your lids, right? What? Why do people do that? I don't understand. If you didn't bring the lid, it's not yours, right? But a cool little thing you can do is you can take your bowl, whatever you bring, put it like this and use this as a stand and set it on the table. Then nobody's going to steal your lid, A, and B, it looks pretty. It looks like a little display stand, so it's kind of a win-win. So that's one cool feature of these lids. The other cool feature of these particular bowls is that they nest inside each other, and then the lids also nest like this, so that you can store all of the bowls and the lids together, so you don't have to hunt for those lids, which is super nice. One of my absolute favorite, I should say, tips and tricks about this is because the lids are domed in the way that these are shaped, you can use these kind of in unique ways. So in the summertime, when you're maybe you've got you're out on the patio and you're having a get together, and you've got maybe something that needs to stay cool in it, maybe a dip or something like that. You can use the base of the bowl with ice. You can put ice in it, and you can put this one down inside it, put the lid on it, put the bigger lid over it, and you can transport it to somebody's house. And the base of the bowl, because it's got the ice in it, will act like a refrigerant or like a coolant, which is pretty cool. You can leave it out on a table like that, and it'll do the same thing. It'll keep whatever's in there as cool. My favorite trick for this is the watermelon ice cream. Okay, are you ready? So you take the biggest bowl, and this only works on these bowls. So this is kind of a fun trick just for this line. And you definitely want to share this trick at a party because everybody loves this trick. And you're going to take raspberry sherbet ice cream, okay? And you're going to soften it. And by soften, I don't mean liquid. You don't want liquid ice cream. You just want it to be pliable and soft. And you're going to put about 1 to 2 inches worth of ice cream in this bowl, line this whole bowl with it. Then you're going to take the medium-sized bowl, and you're going to shove it down into this bowl, okay? And then you're going to take the big lid, and you're gonna put it over top of this. And you're gonna put it in the freezer for a couple hours and let it get really good and hard. So make sure that the ice cream is really good and hard. You're gonna take it back out again, and then you're gonna kind of, sometimes you have to pour a little bit of warm water in this bowl to kind of pull these apart, otherwise it kind of gets stuck. But to separate that, pull it out, and then on the inside you're gonna put, oh, I told you to put raspberry sherbet on the outside, didn't I? Crazy me. Lime sherbet on the outside, raspberry sherbet on the inside. See, you too can sell Tupperware because I can't even get it right. Lime sherbet on the outside, raspberry sherbet on the inside. For effect, if you want to, you could put chocolate chips on the inside. I think that's gross, so I wouldn't do it. But if you want it to look like seeds. But I just put raspberry sherbet on the inside. I put the lid back on, freeze it really good and hard again, pull it back out, take a butter knife and just kind of break the seal around the edge, and then flop it over onto, you know, a platter, and then cut. And it will, when it cuts, it turns into watermelon slices. It looks like watermelon ice cream. People just go nuts over this. It's like a total Martha Stewart trick, except for that, you know, Martha Stewart's tricks cost like $100 a piece, and this was super easy and cheap and fun. You'll be the cool mom on the block, or the cool party thrower, or whatever you'll be. So that is the impressions bowls, okay? Everybody needs a set of these, or 2 or 3. And then let's see what else we got in here. Oh, it's exciting stuff. We have our quick shake. This is a classic piece of Tupperware that a few years ago they took and they renovated it and made it even better. It's always nice when they take something awesome and make it better, right? So it's got a blender wheel in it, so you can, my mom growing up always mixed, she took the flour and water and make gravy, so you don't have lumpy gravy, she shook that up. The blender wheel so that you can put whatever you want in it and shake. Now, there's a little trick to this. You don't want to take your hand and crank on this like this, because the pressure of your hand, because this is a screw-on lid, will make little air spots, pocket spots, and it could leak. So instead, when you put this on, put your hands like this, put your fingers like this, and twist on top. It will go on absolutely perfectly, and then you won't have any pockets of air. You can take a dozen eggs. Take the blender wheel out, unless of course you want scrambled eggs, but take the blender wheel out. You can put a dozen eggs in here when you go camping. You can put this in your cooler. It's a lot easier way to store a dozen eggs, and they will pour out one at a time out the top. You can put ice in here, and you can shake it up, and you can make martinis. You can do, my husband uses these for his protein kind of shakes, those workout shakes and all that kind of stuff. You can kind of do whatever you want with these, but these are wonderful. I highly recommend them. Quick shake, everybody needs like 3 or 4 of those. We got our measuring cups and our measuring spoons. Why are they awesome? They're awesome because when you go to the store and you buy measuring cups and spoons, you can't find any that are quite like ours. Ours are unique. The cups have extras. They have a 2/3 cup and a 3/4 cup. Why is that awesome? It's awesome because you don't have to do fraction math when you double and triple your recipe. You also don't dirty all your measuring cups and spoons and make your recipes because you have more to use. I love that they're kind of squatty, so you can put all of them into a drawer and they don't catch on the edge of the drawer when you shut them, which is super nice as well. Everybody needs a couple sets of those. Measuring spoons, these pop off and pop back on, and you just press on the end, squeeze them, and they go together really nice, which is awesome. That way you don't have to wash. If you just use the tablespoon, you can use it and wash it, and you don't have to wash all the measuring spoons. And that's nice because it's always when the dishwasher is going that you feel like you need them and you have to stop and hand wash them all, right? I hate that. What also makes these super unique is that there is an 1/8 of a teaspoon, which most start at 1/4, and so then you're trying to stick the 1/8 in there, or stick 1/4 in there and pull it out halfway. It doesn't work very well and you have spice everywhere. So an 1/8 of a teaspoon and a 1/2 of a tablespoon. And the 1/2 a tablespoon is super nice because most recipes call for a tablespoon, and if your tablespoon is in the wash going, you know, in the washing, in the dishwasher going, you can take the 1/2 a tablespoon twice, and then, you know, it's okay, everything's going, you're good. So everybody needs a couple sets of those. We have our breakfast maker, which is so exciting. This will revolutionize your morning, okay? So it looks like nothing much. I'm not gonna lie, when this first came out, I was like, what is this thing? I think it sat on my counter for a month before I used it. And then once I finally used it, I was so mad at myself that I waited so long. It is a container. You can put 2 to 4 eggs in it. Scramble them up, put them in here. You put the lid on. Every microwave is a little bit different. It's got a unique venting system that keeps the eggs from sticking all over the container. But my microwave, If I did 2 eggs with nothing else, and they're probably done in about a minute and a half or so. But you know, every microwave is different and every wattage is different. So try on the lower end and then keep adding. I personally have a tendency to do like maybe half the time and then scramble them again and then do it in, because I like the texture of the eggs that way. And then they just slide right on out. You can add cheese, you can add bacon, you can add, sometimes I'll add cilantro. I'll take our chopper, our little chopping prep, and I'll pull a little string and I'll make cilantro, put it in here, do the eggs, do some cheese. I will slide it out. And it always slides right out unless you get real crazy with the cheese, and the cheese gets a little messy. But I'll put salsa over it, and I can literally have, I mean, this will cook faster than the toast in the toaster. Like, so you can have the problem with breakfast is that we go through drive-thrus because we're in a hurry, right? I can have a breakfast sandwich in no time, in less time than it would take me to actually go through a drive-thru, and so much healthier. You don't have to have butter, you don't have to have grease. I mean, this thing is crazy. You can do 2 at a time. I mean, you can make the eggs and cut it in half and have 2 breakfast sandwiches. Bam, just like that, super fast. I even gave one for my husband to keep at work so that he has one for his work in his microwave so he can make breakfast sandwiches at work. I mean, it's that easy, okay? It's always gonna come with, and these are different with every box because these change every month, so don't get too attached to this one, but they're always gonna come with little gifts and gadgets. These are dating gifts that you're gonna use to give to people when they book parties. There's a smooth edge can opener. If you've never used a smooth edge can opener, you're gonna wanna pull this out and you're gonna use it. And use it until you perfect it. You're gonna feel like an idiot when you first get this can opener. But smooth edge can openers go, you put them on top of the can, okay? So you put the can opener on top of the can with the handles open, and then you shut the handles, and the can, it will lock onto the can. If you can pick up the can with the can opener while it's on, then you're on there. If you can't pick up the can, then it's not. We're used to going at the side of a can, that's how we're used to, but smooth edge just go on the top, and they just break the seal as they go around. They don't actually cut. So if you can pick the can up, you're good, and then you just start twisting, and you'll twist until it just slightly gives. It doesn't, you don't see any cutting because it's not cutting, right? And then you take the little jaws and you open the little, it is the best can opener ever, but you really have to work at using it for a little bit before you try to sell it. I just felt like an idiot when I first got it, and you don't want to demo it at a party until you're a pro at it, okay? Once you're a pro at it, you can open up anything, it's great. And then there's no more going to the hospital on sharp cans, and your children are safe and your recycle is safe because you're using the smooth edge can opener, which doesn't leave a sharp edge. So everybody needs this. Then we have, I'm so excited, modular mates, which these are some of my all-time favorites. Everybody needs modular mates in their cupboard. Do you know why? Modular mates are made for your pantry or your cupboards, and they're for all dry goods. And they are for 3 main things: space efficiency, and they keep little bugs out of your, like weevils and ants and mice and all kinds of crazy things you could get in your house. They keep those out of your food. And then they also keep your food fresh. Brown sugar doesn't get hard, cereal stays fresh, chips don't go stale, your food stays fresh. Modular mates are awesome. You're gonna wanna go look on our website, look on our site, and search our modular mate videos. We've got some great videos of training of how to use all the different pieces of modular mates. We call them Legos for ladies. They kind of go together like a little puzzle. They are amazing. It's great that you have one piece so you can test it. I mean, put some saltine crackers in here for a month, pull them out and eat one. You're gonna go, what? Next is our Fridge Smart, which is also amazing. Love it. So our Fridge Smart is gonna double to triple the life of your produce in your fridge, okay? How does that work, right? So your fruits and vegetables breathe, and they breathe differently. You have heavy breathers, you have medium breathers, and you have low breathers, okay? I put this lid on wrong, my apologies. So based on what you're breathing, there's this cool little chart right here on the side, and it shows you the open circle is heavy, the closed circle is low, and the half circle is medium. This chart's been lasered into the plastic with a layer of plastic over it, so it's not gonna come off in the dishwasher. There's also a paper chart that comes with it that gives you the words, so if you want to read that it's broccoli and not look at the picture, you can do that as well. But anything that's a heavy breather, you're going to slide to the open slot for heavy breathing. The middle slot is low breathing, and the half slot is medium breathing. So broccoli, for instance, is a heavy breather, so it's expelling a lot of gas. This is what you do when your seals are a little stiff. This one's a little bit stiff, so I'm going to go like lettuce and just kind of work it out. Makes them work much better. So broccoli is a heavy breather, which means it's expelling a lot of gas, which means it needs the heavy venting. Personally, in my kitchen, I used to get 8 or 9 days out of broccoli normally. I get 4.5 weeks out of broccoli. I get 2.5 weeks of strawberries. I get 2.5 weeks out of lettuce. I mean, these pay for themselves so quick and what you don't throw away. So besides just the breathing inside, there's little ridges on the bottom. Fruits and the vegetables shouldn't sit in their moisture. If they sit in their moisture, they go bad. So the little vents, or the little, not vents, the little grids keep them up out of their moisture so that they don't sit in their moisture and go bad. So it's the combination of breathing effectively and not sitting in their moisture that makes them work so well, okay? There's also a little trick to the lid, and I don't know if you can see this, but when you hold up the little lid, there's the little vent. Down here in the lid, it says Tupperware, the words Tupperware. If you take the word Tupperware and you turn the container so that you can read the word Tupperware when you're looking at the vent, then the slider also matches this cool little chart. That way then you don't have to look on here real close to see what is heavy. You can just go by the chart that's right here. So that's just kind of a little fun trick that I've got in my mind. Everybody needs Fridge Smart. You're probably gonna need like 7 or 8 pieces of it, but take it and try it, okay? It should be one of the first things you invest in is more Fridge Smart, because you're gonna want it, once you start using it, you're gonna be like, what? My carrots aren't slimy, my cucumber is nice and firm. I mean, it's amazing. So everybody needs quite a few pieces of these. They're amazing. Then we have the Power Chef, which is very, very exciting, okay? This is a cool chopper. It is the bigger version of a little one. We have a little chop and prep in our catalog as well, but this is the bigger version. Also comes with its own little lid. So if you make something and you want to take the chopping lid off and you want to seal it in the fridge, you can do that because it has a lid. Pull all this plastic off so you can see it. This is just the coolest toy. Apparently this one was made in France. We have, which reminds me to tell you, we have factories all over the U.S. I'm sorry, not all over the U.S., all over the countries. One in the U.S., it's in South Carolina. Most of the Tupperware that you buy is actually made in South Carolina. But depending on what it is that you're buying, and where that factory is, and where that mold is, some of the stuff is made in other countries. We own all of our own factories, and all of the workers are employees. So we have very, very safe work environments, and we take really good care of our people. We don't actually build factories where the labor is cheap. We build factories where the materials are prevalent. So it's kind of a cool little feature. So this is what the chopper looks like. There is a little, every once in a while somebody will get frustrated and say, mine's not working, it's making a bunch of noises. There's a little gear right here, and there's little gears in the top of this. If you don't line the gears up when you put this lid in, when you go to pull the string, it'll go, and it'll act like it's not working. That's just because the lid's not quite on all the way. So the big lid also has to go on nicely, and then it has to turn and lock. If you don't have both lids turned and locked, it doesn't line up quite right and it won't work. So you just gotta make sure your lid's on properly. And then it's like a little baby lawnmower, it's a toy. And see, this is the story if it's on quite properly. The lid was actually on fine. I forgot to take this out. This doesn't stay in there. This pops up underneath. This is the non-skid grid. See all these fun things you learn? You too can sell Tupperware. I didn't notice that was inside. So that goes in the bottom, and that creates a non-skid grid, okay? So now you're gonna put this in here like this. All right, you're gonna put this on here. Again, we'll try this again. And then you're going to put this on here like so, and then, ooh la la, it looks so much better, right? So that is the Power Chef is what this is. This is great for, it has a blender wheel, it has the topper, you can whip eggs, you can whip cream. This will actually whip cream faster than a KitchenAid, which is kind of amazing. So this will whip anything you want. The chopper, you can chop onions, you can chop, I can do boneless, skinless chicken tenderloins, fully cooked, so boneless, skinless, the thinner ones. 3 of them cut in half, and it will shred the chicken, which is great for tortilla soup or quesadillas or something where you don't want big chunks of meat, you want it shredded, but you don't want to spend an hour sitting there hand shredding it with your fork. You can make salsa, you can make guac, you can make all kinds of fun things. And then it has this really cool little add-on right here. It goes, it pops in right here. So if you're gonna, let's say you're making hummus, you need to drizzle in olive oil while you chop. Well, then you could have your olive oil right there and you can start putting it in. It'll drizzle it in while you're going like that, which is pretty cool. And then this cool blade, you saw me take this off. This is the, definitely keep this for while your blades are in storage. You pop them back up in there for safety. That way that you don't accidentally grab them and cut yourself. These blades are crazy sharp, which by the way, you want them to be so that they cut the stuff awesomely, but don't cut your fingers. It's very, 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 very sharp. I might have cut myself once. And let's see what else was in here. I think we're almost done. Oh gosh, certainly not last but not least, our silicone spatula. Every house needs like 5 or 6 of these. Oh, I love, love, love. Heat resistant up to 450 degrees. You cannot hurt this thing. I love it, okay? It's just stiff enough that it'll scrape bowls really awesome, and it'll chop, you can chop up meat in a pan, but you can scramble eggs in a pan, you can cook oatmeal in a pan, you can make candy, you can do all kinds of things because of the heat resistancy. Love, love, love this. I love the little point because I can pull waffles up off a waffle iron without burning my spatula. You don't end up, because you know when you use the ones that are not made for heat, they end up looking like elf toes on the top, right? Everybody needs one of these. You can, no, just kidding, you can whack somebody with them. No, these are awesome. Lots of them. They're ergonomic, so they feel really good in your hand. So you don't get the hand cramps when you're going after something, which I find also very awesome. And then let's see what else we got in here. Fun stuff. Oh yes, more dating gifts and prizes, and dating gifts and prizes. These are things you want to use. Citrus peelers you want to use for when you're when you're holding your party and you play the Ask Me a Question About Your Job game, and you need to play that at every single party, whether it's a home party, a Facebook party, catalog party, and you're interacting with your host. You want to play Ask Me a Question About My Job, always. I know you don't know what that is. That's okay. Go onto our site and search on Ask Me a Question About My Job. Go onto our Facebook page and you will find the information on that. You definitely want to play that at every party, because the next team member for your team is somewhere in your party. You just haven't met them yet. And if you don't allow them the ability to ask questions, they will come to buy Tupperware, they will buy Tupperware, they will leave happy, and they will never join your team. But 1 out of 10 people in the US join some sort of direct sales in-home business, which means one person at least at every party is somewhat interested. They don't know they're necessarily interested, but they are interested. They need extra money. Maybe their husband's job is unstable and they might be unemployed soon. Maybe they want to get out and just have some fun. Gosh, I mean, not enough people in this world tell you good job. We do that every single day. And girl time is amazing. You know, I mean, so whatever it is that they may need, we can fill that, and we change lives every single day. So ask me a question about my job. Play that game, let them get a treat, and give them the information about our business. It's not for everybody, but it's for anybody to try. Anybody can try it. And then there's also some more gadgets for drawing giveaways. So if you want to put giveaways at your party, I always do raffles and drawings. Maybe every 15-20 minutes I do a drawing. These flour sugar scoops are great drawing prizes because they go into our flour and sugar and they go into the top like this, and then they don't take up any space, and you just pull them back up with your fingernail. Everybody wants these, especially when they're buying modular mates. They need more of these. So book a party with me and I can hook you up, right? But great drawing gifts. And then I think last but not least, there was one other thing in here. I don't know where they went. Or maybe that's it. Oh no, here it is. I wanted to talk about these smidgets. These are baby Tupperware. And I don't know what it is about us girls, but we like tiny, tiny Tupperware. We like tiny things. We like miniatures. These are little tiny baby Tupperware. People will do anything for smidgets and for keychains. So therefore, these are our gold, right? So we never, ever, ever, ever just give them away. We don't give away smidgets, we don't give away keychains. We use these to book parties. So if you want a smidget or a keychain from me, you have to book a party. Because if you just give it to somebody, then they won't do a party. They'll just take it, because of course they don't have to do anything for it, right? If they have to book a party to get this, then they will. So you're gonna wanna play a party booking game at the end of every one of your parties, whether it's a Facebook party, a home party, catalog party, whether you're doing a vendor event, you wanna do a party game on there as well. Always have a party game, and you're gonna use smidgets and you're gonna use keychains to use to book parties. You never give these away and you never sell them, ever. We don't sell any sales aids. Sales aids are all these little gadgets and things like that. We use these for parties. because parties are the core of our business. And if we give these away, then we lose our goal. These are our goal. These are precious, okay? So go on to our Facebook page and look up party booking game, right? Smidget game, keychain game. They're kind of a similar game, just played with different things, and you're gonna book lots of parties because a party is the key to your business. So I think I'm done showing you all the fun things in your kit. Now you just get to go out and tear it up and be an awesome team member. I'm so excited to have you. You have literally joined the best team that there is in Tupperware. I mean, you are so lucky. We are so lucky to have you. You are so lucky to be a part of our team. I can't wait to watch you go out and succeed. So just go make it a great day, and let's sell lots of Tupperware together, shall we?